So I've been on a journey for the last 3 months, pretty much just trying to figure out exactly what budget tab should I go for. I've done ton of research. There's the Amazon tabs, the Motorola. There's a bunch of tabs out there, a bunch by Lenovo. And why did I stumble on this one and decide to go with a 2019 tablet as my favorite top of the line budget tab in 2021? Well, we're gonna get to details real quick. My name is Johnny. If this is your first time here, well, welcome to Tech and Time Lapses, where we talk tech and everything DIY. Welcome. This is the Tab Access, and let's get right into it. So what made me first choose this is primarily the build. This is a great build, like a 10.5-inch display. It's super AMOLED, it's super clear, it's super pristine. The colors, the radiance, the vibe, and the way it feels actually feels thanks to its aluminium build. It's just really premium, and the bezels are literally almost non-existent on the stuff. Like, it's so small on the bezels, and it just feels really comfy and great to hold, with the exception of where they put the pencils. Unfortunately, this build makes it very easy for you to lose the pencils, especially if you put it in a bag or something. You don't actually have a case on it, which is actually why I lost my pencils, by the way. Yeah, I did. The speakers. So it's got a quad speaker setup tuned by AKG, and boy oh boy, these boys sound amazing. Like, it actually sounds like this alone can literally host a party, and I'm not joking. Watching and consuming media on this stuff, whether it's a movie, it's gaming, the sound effects, the surround feel is just so bomb. Like, I actually really enjoy gaming on this, even though I don't game on phones or tablets anymore. This guy actually made me start gaming again. Like, wow, that's amazing. So the model I did go for is the 128GB combined with the 6GB of RAM, powered by the Snapdragon 855. Now, I know 855 is super old. Technically, it's the chipset from literally 2 years ago. Like, it's that old. But the 855 can still hold its ground in almost every single basic daily task today. And comparing it to other budget tabs out there, there's literally none that actually matches it in performance, in speed, or in processing generally. So it was just a no-go or a no-brainer. And that being said, talking about the Android field right now, for the iOS, which is the iPads, the arrivals officially that you can actually get around the same price range, which we'll get to eventually on this. But within the Android sphere, I just don't think there's probably any other Android tablets right now that actually beats this guy in budgets, delivery, and all of that. Gaming. Now, I mentioned initially that I'm actually not a big gamer, but boy, oh boy, I actually really started gaming thanks to this guy again. I started playing Genshin, whatever it is. Genshin Impact, and yo, I really enjoyed the game. It's a game that has been known to actually put a toll on tablets, on phones, or whatnot, to actually see how powerful they are, and it actually held its ground. Now, I did get a little stuttering here and there. It's not 100% fluid, to be very candid, but for it to play Genshin Impact, that means it will handle basically any other basic game you're trying to play, be it Call of Duty. The only thing I'll probably say I missed the most on this is the fact that it doesn't have that 190 refresh rate, which should have been bumped to actually have on it. I didn't mention initially, it also has a SIM slot, so you can actually use your connective. Now, it's 4G and not the 5G version that I have, but that's still more than enough. Now, thanks to the fact that it's actually powered by Snapdragon 855, as I mentioned initially, it actually supports biometric unlocking, which comes down to both fingerprints, because that's an under-display fingerprint sensor. Yeah, I said it. An under-display fingerprint sensor, like, yo, on a tablet, and face recognition, which is a perfect combo, or a perfect duo, especially when you're talking about, today, thanks to the fact that so now many of us have to go out with masks, or we're actually out there just consuming content with masks. Using the fingerprint sensor is just so bomb, and it's fluid, it's responsive. Just put it on it and it unlocks your phone or the tablet, and for that reason I'd say that's also an amazing perk on this one. Alright, so for the reason that I actually got this tablet was actually to put them in my car. As I said, I needed something for an head display unit, and there's something I could use on the go when I want to take notes, quick meeting or whatnot that can actually take back and forth with me. And as a result, this guy's actually performed, and I technically don't really need a charger because I can always charge a juice up whenever I come in my car, just out and about. But that being said, so 7,040 milliamps hour battery, that is actually more than enough to last you a full day's use, which is well over 8 hours. I was able to clock something around 8 to about 12 hours depending on my use on this, which is much more than enough than what you need for a day's use. And for what it delivers, I would actually say that's a win in my book. Now down to the cameras. I know you guys have been waiting for this. So this is powered by 2 cameras on the rear. We've got a 12 megapixel and a 5 megapixel telephoto camera. So it's got a 13 megapixel camera on the back and a 5 megapixel ultra wide camera, which both of them actually come in together to give you a real decent photography or camera setup, especially for tablets. Now, I don't know anybody out there actually goes out and is like, yo, I'm trying to buy that tablet so as to take pictures or like to record videos. Like, that's my primary reason. The biggest reason we actually have tablets is to either consume, take notes on the go, use it as a computer on the go, or actually to do video conferencing calls and stuff like that. So you need a decent camera, but not top of the line. I'm talking about decent camera. It also has an 8 megapixel camera up front, which is more than enough to actually handle all your video recording needs, or your basic video recording needs, your conferencing and all of that, which is primarily what you need it for. Now, I did a couple of samples of video recordings. On the rear, it supports a maximum of UHD at 30 frames per second, which is 4K at 30 frames per second, which is more than decent enough, I would say. And on the front, it maxes out at FHD, which is 1080p. But that's also decent, I would say, for regular video recording. And the camera pictures that I took, that's portrait mode actually, which it's iffy. There's a lot of blood lines, the differentiation, it's shadows and all of that. It's really has a long way to go. But as I said, it's not designed to be a precise camera gadget, if that makes sense. So as a result, I would recommend this if cameras is definitely what you're trying to go for. But if you need something that can, oh, I'm at an event, I want to take a quick picture, or I'm trying to video conference or like live cover this event on my tablet, oh yes, it would actually do that real smooth, real cool. And actually, like, its dynamic range is actually really decent for a 30 megapixel camera on a tablet. And I think one of the things I actually discovered, which was actually really interesting to me, is the fact that Samsung actually does a lot of extra processing on the pictures after you take them. Like, you can see in this, while I was taking the pictures, it was really blur and dull, but once I took the picture, it just added this whole level of contrast, and you could actually see Samsung dialing its own algorithms to make sure the pictures and whatnot come out as good as possible, which I actually do appreciate, and I would say that's actually a thumbs up to them, right? Multitasking on this guy is fluid, and when I say it's fluid, it is fluid. Like, there's literally nothing you really want to do that you can actually do on this guy. It's fluid, it's highly responsive. I can actually run 4 or 5 tabs at the same time, and I'm not joking. You can actually see it on the screen right now. It actually works, which actually brings me to my favorite part of this tablet. It actually can run Dex OS on it. Now, if you haven't experienced the Samsung Dex OS, now this is bomb. It literally converts your tablet into a Chrome OS. Technically, it literally becomes a computer, and there's literally nothing I've tried to do. I could actually I played Genshin Impact on a small window while it was on Dex OS. Like, literally, there's nothing you want to do on it that you will actually be able to do, and it just becomes this handy powerhouse or this power machine where you can actually go from, hey, I've got a tablet, to, hey, I got my computer right in front of me. Like, I got a 10-inch computer, and I can actually do, as I said, almost anything you want to do on a computer technically. Take notes, beyond taking notes, actually do proper word processing, do proper computer stuff right on this tablet, which is like great. And makes it a perfect tool for things like students, business professionals and whatnot, to just be able to like work on the go and then get things going whenever and however they want to get it done. Now, the stylus is actually a great tool, which I really enjoyed while I had it. Now that I have it in, I can actually show you guys how the stylus actually integrates, but it's a Bluetooth pen, and actually works seamlessly well. In fact, I also charges just by placing it back right in the back of the tab. I would say kudos to that. The only disadvantage or challenge I had with this is the fact that the groove is not so fluid. So like, if I have the tab on me, it's easy to kind of like knock the pen out. It's round and blends a little, but it's not just that perfect. And when you put it in a bag or whatnot, it's easy for it to just easily detach, which I mentioned initially in the video. The charging speed of the tab is actually 15 watts tops, which is technically slow, especially in 2021. But hey, the battery is more enough to last you all day. As I said, just plug it in at the end of the day if you need to. It doesn't have wireless charging, so it's also added into that. But otherwise, this is my pick. And for the pricing, so I actually got this at $325 for a brand new one, which you can actually still get on like third-party sites like eBay and whatnot. I think Amazon also retails it, which is bomb in 2021, as I said. Being able to get a full load like this for $325 is a steal. Now I'm comparing this to budget tabs in quotes because one of the best which I tried, which was the A7, literally brings you up to about $250, which just adding $75 extra gets you literally a world of difference. It gets you the Dex OS, it gets you a much better screen, much better sounding tablet, the stylus pen, a much better processing, a full AMOLED display. It's just two worlds apart. For $75, a better RAM, better processor, as I said, higher storage for just $75 extra. It's just a no-brainer to not go for the S6 in 2021. So I think I'll probably make more videos like this. By the way, if you're still here, thank you so much for sticking around. I really appreciate it. This is Tech and Time Lapse. Subscribe, ding the notification bell, and help build this community. We're literally trying to get to 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year. Please help us get there. Thank you. Now good day. Sose. Eshe, thank you so much. Arigato, shishi, merci, gracias, in all languages of the world. Thank you so much. I see your boy Sage Sino, or Sage Oni rather. Until the next video, peace out.